Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Nürburgring Blast. Now unfortunately this episode was meant to be going out on Sunday, which was yesterday, but I've been working all weekend so I had no chance to record anything. So we'll record it Monday morning and we'll get it out to you on Monday for you, so it's one day late. But anyways, what are we driving this week? We have the Honda Acty. I believe that's how you pronounce it, but this is a little van pickup car from Japan. Has a whole 41 horsepower, so this is going to be fast lap, not. Yeah, 41 horsepower for a 5-speed manual gearbox. It's going to be interesting where this sits. It's going to be at the bottom of the table, near the bottom, shall we say. Will it beat the bus? The bus has got more power and probably faster in a straight line, but we'll probably have to do more braking than this little Acty. Will it beat a BMW i3? I don't know. The only way to find out is put it to the test. And if you want to drive it yourself, I'll put the link in the description below for how to get this mod car. Let's get to it. Right, let's get this lap underway. Third gear for the final section here. Almost 7,000 RPM. Just bumping the limiter there. Oh, I turn it in, the steering is very light, but it is a road car. This is no race car. This is a Honda Acty. A whole 41 horsepower. Fourth gear is a lot longer. Struggles a little bit there. Dab of brakes as we go into the first corner. Turn it in. Try not to roll this thing. Use all the curb on the exit. Well, butt up to it at least. Right, 7,000 RPM. We're going to hit fifth. Yeah, we'll take fifth. Flat out for this fast right-hander. Downforce. Nah, there is no downforce in this thing. Right, off into the technical section. Right, we're going to really attack it. Dab into the brakes. Oh, understeer. Try and keep the revs up. Yeah, just above about 5,000 RPM. Can really attack the curbs as we are in a road car, so don't have to avoid them like we would in a race car. Use all the curb on the exit there, and we're gonna go down to fourth just for this to try and get a better exit. There we go. On the power. 7,000 RPM. Come on. 7.5 and up to fifth. Right, whole 41 horsepowers here. So flat out over the bridge, heading towards the Flungplatz. Flat out in this, and it's starting to struggle up the hill. We go. The revs get dulled off. So we struggle up this hill. Right, can now open it completely out. This car's only got 5 gears, and I think that's a 100 kph down there. So this is a Japanese car, so we're driving on the right hand side like we do here in the UK, but the speedos are in kilometers per hour, so that is not 110 miles an hour in this thing. So down the hill we go, up towards the little lift off, and then into Schredenkreuz. Let's see if we can take Schredenkreuz flat. Nürburgring looking brilliant here in autumn. Got a few of the autumnal leaves kicking in here, with a little bit of frost on the grass. Flat out through Schredenkreuz, and then we're gonna pick our braking point down to fourth. That's all we need, one gear down, and I'm already flat on the throttle here. Use all the road just to keep a line of least resistance. 7.5 and up to fifth. Down through the foxholes. Let's have we'll have a look at this mod car in a minute when we get onto the back straight as we go up the hill. We're actually whacking against the limiter now. We're still flat out. This car's main competition is going to be the bus. I don't think it's as fast as the bus in a straight line, but we might be able to carry more speed because we've just got that little less weight. Right, holding fifth round there. Down to fourth. Turn it in. Foot to the floor. Come on, pick up the throttle. Ooh, nearly rolled it there. Right, foot to the floor, power all the way out. So yeah, they busted it in like a 14.5 minutes, I think it is, so a little bit over. So hopefully it can beat that. If it can beat that, the next target will be the BMW i3, which I believe was about a 948, a 938 or so. So it'll be interesting to see if it can keep up with a little electric i3, which is the next car on our leaderboard. Right, brakes down to fourth, tip it in. Oh, steering weighted up a little bit there as we nearly rolled it again there. Down we go, dab of the brakes, get it turned in. Nürburgring isn't a massive brake track, it's more of a power track, and that's one thing that this car definitely lacks. Only 41 horsepower for its teeny weeny little engine. Up to 5th, yeah, there we go. Clip the curbs, right. Try and go flat out round here. Yeah, look at that. So any cars faster than this aren't really flat out through there until we get to the horrifically fast cars. Hard on the brakes. Down to 3rd. Turn it in. Come on, power. Rev it all the way out. There we go, 7.5 and back up to 4th. Look at those beautiful leaves. Oh man, Nürburgring looks so pretty right now. Back up to 5th. Oh, just grazing a bit of curb there. Dab a brake. We're going to hold 5th. Just try and carry as much momentum as possible. Yeah, there we go. And right, going to be back down to 4th because we're going to go back uphill. Going to need all the power we've got. If we had held 5th there, we would have just been too slow. Right, up over the rise now. We can start re-accelerating. These are the sections where this car's really going to start struggling. Just nudging 7,000 RPM. There we go. And coming down. Right, where do we brake? Going to go in nice and deep. Only just a smidge of brake and then back on the throttle. Oh, right. And now this section, as I always say, is all the way up here. Look at the sun. Look at that. Making the reflections on the dashboard, and it ducks behind the trees on the mountain there, or hill. Looks fantastic for a game that is admittedly fairly old. This game does look fantastic. It has some really nice touches with the support of the mod community. So we're still in 4th, trying to accelerate all the way up this hill. I think this is where it's going to really struggle. I think, if memory serves me correctly, I think the bus got to about 70, 80 miles an hour top speed, and here we're not even hitting 100 kph, so not even up to 60 miles an hour. Still struggling in 4th gear. Come on, little fella. I think we can try and make up some time in the roller coaster section after the carousel. I am foot to the floor and we're going slower. Come on. I don't think we need 3rd. I think 5th. If we drop below 5,000 RPM, we probably need 3rd. But we are flat out. Oh, let's check the mod. This is going to be flat out through here. There we go. So you can see it's like a little flatbed kind of truck. A little Honda Acty. Let's get back to our view. So as per usual on the Nürburgring blast rules are no HUD, no assists, no tuning changes. So this is just default car, straight out the box. And we're edging up towards the carousel section. We'll probably go pretty deep on the brakes here. Yeah, dabber brakes. Back on the power. The brakes just weight transfers onto the front wheels just so we've got a bit more grip. 5,000 RPM, so we won't need 3rd. Flat out towards the carousel. I think we'll take the carousel in 4th. Keep on having just double check what gear we're in. Right, let's tip it in. Back on the power. Come on. Come on. There we go. And then power all the way out. Right, we'll hold 4th because now we're going to go back uphill. And we're going to go right into the roller coaster section, and this is where we can probably make up some time because we can probably carry pretty decent speed with this little thing. There's not much weight to it, although we are fairly high top, so curbs like that you don't want to really hit at too much speed with too much steering input. Right, struggling up the hill now. Revs are dying down. Come on, come on, just get to the top of the hill before we don't need 3rd. Come on, didn't really want to hit that curb there. Just about at the top of the hill. Foot still flat to the floor. There we go. Now we can open it out. There we go. Right, down the hill we go. Keep on clipping curves. It's hard to get an idea where the wheels are when you're kind of sitting up quite high. I'm going to hold 4th all the way down here. We can take a bit of that curve. That's a smaller curve, and a bit of this one. Just give us a better line through the corners. There we go. Car bouncing off the limiter, 7,500 RPM, but there's no point in taking 5th because we'll just lose too many RPMs. Right, down the hill. It's easy now on the brakes because you can swap ends on you, this vehicle. Right, down into Brunchen. There we go. Dab a brake again. Right, use all the road. Gonna hit this flat out. Come on. There we go. Rev stalled as we're going uphill on that section. Right, another tricky corner here. Want a late apex. We're going to dab a brake just to give the confidence back to me. Oh, you can hear the revs rise as the rear wheel gets lifted off the ground. And this has got no LSD, so power goes out through the point of least resistance. Right, downhill. We will take fifth now. That's the first change of gear that we've done for a good long while. Right, flat out. Yeah, turn her in. She's going to start struggling up this hill though. Come on, once we get to the top, we can unleash the 41 horsepowers. There we go, at the top of the hill. Right, down we go. Come on. This is where we need to make up some speed, because down Dottingerhöhe, we're going to lose a lot of time. Try and take the line of least resistance. Skipping over the camber. Tents off there in the left-hand side in the background. There we go, using all the tracks. We want to open this corner up as much as possible. Ooh, started turning in a bit too early. There we go, and my least favourite turn on this track. Let's try and take it flat. Fifth gear, flat all the way through. Come on, there we go. And then mini carousel. Dab a brake. Get her in there. Come on. Oh, there we go, just about holding it. Right, up the hill. Final two corners before the Dottingerhöhe. So double right-hander here. Keep it as far to the left as possible. Clip the curb. Yeah, flat out. Foot to the floor. Down the hill we start going. A bit of gravity is going to help us now. And then we're on to the Dottingerhöhe. And then it's almost to the finish line. Run a little bit wide there. Right, going to go underneath the Audi bridge now. And we've got, what, 6,000 RPM, fifth gear. Come on! This is going to be, what's that, 110, almost 120 kph. This thing is going as fast as the little thing can go. Yeah, so this is a mod car, which is what makes Assetto Corsa on PC brilliant. There's an access to a wealth of things that you can drive. We've had everything from some of the fastest cars in the world to something like this, something a bit different. So yeah, I highly recommend it. If you do have a PC, it's probably going to be on some sort of Black Friday sale soon. I picked it up pretty cheap on Black Friday last year. I actually brought this game before I even owned a PC. And just stick it in your watch list. You'll get an email when it goes on sale. Absolute bargain. Right, after all that waffling, we're almost at the Bilstein Bridge. We've dropped down to about 105 kph. Right, we're going to have gravity with us now, and then it's a final selection of corners. Got no idea what kind of time we've done. Come on! Now we're going back uphill, and it's going to start struggling again. My right foot is actually aching them out. I'm just keeping it flat to the floor. Right, let's use all the track here. Down to fourth. A little bit of understeer. Just about make it. Dab a brake. Oh, rear end wants to come round. Power. Come on. Come on. And we're going to go across the line now. There we go. So, that was a lap around the Nürburgring in a Honda Acty. Which, if you've never seen it before, it's like a little city flatbed van kind of combo that's normally sold in Japan. And I had real good fun. It's nice to throw something slower like this around the ring. If you enjoyed it, I'd be appreciated if you liked it. If you disliked it, dislike it, that's fine. But just need to let me know how I can make it better in the future. I don't know the time. Let's see how it compares in the leaderboard, especially against the i3 and the bus. Until the next time, see you later. Bye.